I hadn't even opened this on my, and there goes my phone. It's in my hand. I have not even opened this. Oh, and my camera is not on. Okay. You guys ready to figure this out? Yeah. Okay. Deactivate, activate. That usually works. Oh, and my camera is not on. You want to see something cool? Okay. You guys ready to figure this out? Yeah. Okay. No? Guess not. Uh, okay. Lovely. I had no reason to think that this wouldn't work. Okay. Oh well, my phone camera. Check. Yeah, see, that's pretty cool, right? All right, let's switch to the web camera. Why? Why? That's pretty cool, right? All right, let's switch to the web camera. Why? Why? Oh yeah, now I'm getting a. Uh, literally just turning it on and off usually does it. Oh yeah. So maybe if I just unplug it. Literally just turning it on and off usually does it. There we go. Okay. All right. And it's a little high. Okay. Here we go. All right. I can finally like. There we go. That was weird. Maybe. You know what? That lighting is so warm and it makes my forehead look so unbelievably shiny. I'm gonna have to like. Okay. There's a way. That's brightness. There we go. That's a cooler. That makes me look so faded. I don't know if I like that really. But anything else, yeah, it just makes me orange. God, okay, fine, we'll go with that. That's gonna have to work. Okay, so enough of looking at my OBS. Um, so this is where we were at. I'm going to save this as my favorites. Wait, yeah, I did. I did. Oh, cool, great. Anyways, we're gonna go back and do this because I didn't do the lessons, I suppose. Uh, okay. I remember doing some of the syntax you use to call a function in general. Bar colon. That one. Yeah. Okay, now what? Hmm. It's just my friend. I'm telling him that I'm gonna go live. Maybe he'll stop by. Hopefully. All right. Well, hopefully we'll see him. I'm gonna have to pay a little extra attention. I doubt it though, but he's because he's at work. All right, is a variable. Call show. Please call show inside run. Okay, yeah. I kind of just skipped that because I was the more obvious stuff. Why do we use functions to put a name to multiple lines of code? Do you reuse code multiple times in one go? Yeah, it's all that stuff. I'm actually going to put this, first of all, on the charger because my phone is actually a little low. Oh, I just hit a button. Hopefully it didn't do nothing. All right, and then which of the following names are valid functions for names? Select all that apply. Select all, yeah. What? Oh, it can't start with a number. Yeah. Yeah, I totally forgot that. That's actually weird. I don't think that's with everything. But it might be. I don't know. I don't think I've ever I never even asked that question. So okay, we're back on this. Also, let's just get a look at what we're doing here. Ooh, this is gonna be hefty. Well, that's good. That gets us all warmed up for like the mindset of stuff. I'm also going to do this, and hopefully I can hear me through this. Maybe not. Okay. Well, if I should probably. Yeah, there we go. There's my headphones. Because I kind of wanted to hear through me because these are really good sound cancelings. But all right, here we go. In previous lessons, would be much better if we had a function of any size. When you rotate a function with parameters, you create a flexible template. Okay. Just making sure all my stuff is right. I sound okay on my end, and I accidentally just hit. Now focus on the function. Radians. Parameter, the name of a function. The number you use to make calculations. I should just probably read instead of just parameters. Yeah. Create functions with parameters. Excuse me. to add a parameter, write a placeholder name inside the parentheses. When someone calls your function with a value, every copy of the parameter in the function gets replaced with that value. Yeah. Pretty neat stuff. Which is the syntax for the function definition? Well, that's kind of cheating. It shows it here, but you can have multiple parameters. You must all write spaces. In the function definition, you must have a space between the func word and the keyword. Yeah. Following example shows a function with 2 parameters. When you call move 50 by 100, every x function gets replaced with 50, and every y gets placed with 100. Parameters are optional. Okay. Depending on your, well, yeah, because we've done it before. What's the correct syntax with multiple parameters? Space underscore. No. Oh, because it doesn't have. Yeah, because it's not. Yeah. Oh man, there's something in my eye. All right, whole lot of practices that I, not gonna lie, I kind of didn't want to do. Drawing corners of different sizes using function parameter codes. You can use your drawing. Okay. So before we can create a rectangle of any size, let's first practice with a simpler shape. You can call a function twice with different values. Your task is to add parameter named length to your function definition. This creates a placeholder. When the app calls your function, the placeholder will get replaced with the values in the parentheses. Your task is to add, read that. Your function should move the turtle forward by an amount definition by the length parameter. Turn right 90 degrees, then move one length. Each time the app calls your function, length should be replaced with different values. I will call your function twice with different values. Did y'all hear that? That was, well, okay. Before we can create, I'll call your function twice with different values. Am I just not in the right mindset? So maybe I should do here and here? Is that what it's actually asking me? I'm just not in the right headspace. Your task is to add the parameter named length. Okay. 3 times in this practice. Yeah, okay. This is draw corner. Oh, okay. What? Your task is to add parameter named length to your function definition. This creates a placeholder. Okay, so just wrong button. Too many arguments for draw corner. Exception at most. Some errors will report outside your code. Why does this happen? Am I tripping? Maybe my original thought was right. So, no. I am bugging right now. What's happened to me? Length. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I guess just my whole entire brain was removed there for a second. Move forward. You're the wrong number of arguments. That was it? Not quite. Did you use the length parameter? Why did it jump? I did. That's the parameter, right? Okay, hold up. Then unless I gotta be tripping. That's not how you spell that. I'm only minorly illiterate, I promise. Well, it did. That was it? Wait, hold up. What happened? I don't understand. What? Let's first practice with simplest shape. A corner. Okay. I mean, I get that. I will call your function twice with different values. Draw a corner, which is this, and then you'll enter it in with that. And then you'll enter it in with that. Your task is to add the parameter name length to your function definition. This creates a placeholder. Okay, I was overthinking it by like leaps and bounds. That's what it was. Right, yeah, no, I was overthinking it by leaps and bounds. Okay, cool. Okay. Now let's make it draw a corner. Let's make the draw corner function even more flexible. We'll add a second placeholder so that the angle can also vary. I will call your function with different length and angle values. Your task is to add the angle parameter after the length. Yeah, I'm just. Okay, yeah, no, I'm just. Huh? Doesn't match the expected corner. Are you not using the angle parameter? Oh, shoot. That completely resets it. That's what it's. Well, okay. Draw a corner. Function. Remember to separate the two placeholders with a comma. Why is that not it? The drawn corner does not match the expected corner. Are you not using the angle parameter in your? Is that not literally what I put here? Am I tripping? No. Is that what it's talking about? I'm stupid. Again, overthinking it by leaps and bounds. The turn right is the angle, so... I promise you, I've done this before. Although that does kind of track. I would overthink things and be like, oh, wait, that's the solution? Okay. Time to write a complete function from scratch. You will make the function that draws the squares of any size. So, func draw square. Then it's going to be length. Move forward. Length. Well, let me do this. Angle. Turn right. Angle. And move forward. Length. Run it. Too few arguments for draw square. How do you comment again? Important. When the turtle finishes drawing it, it should face right, so you need to turn it right. A total of 4 times. So it's going to move forward, then turn. Well, then I don't need angle, do I? I just need 90 because I'm drawing a square of any size. Yeah. So then it turns right, and then and then it draws it, and then you got to turn right. Yeah, so it draws it, then turns right, then draws it, then turns right, then draws it, then turns right, then draws it. So one more time. What? That's right. Draws right. Draws right. Draws right. Draws. That's right. What do you mean too few? Expect at least 2. Too few arguments. Huh? Draws right. Turns, draws, turns, draws, turns, draws. That's right. How is it too few? Oh, maybe that? The shape is... Huh? The turtle should turn 4 times to draw a square, so that always starts drawing... So that it always starts drawing the squares in the same direction. Did you turn right 4 times? So... Cool. Run it. Sure. Okay. Let's create a function that draws rectangles with any length and height. We will call your function twice with different sizes. Draw rectangle. Your function needs 2 parameters, length and height. So let's already do that. and height. Oblique. Oh my god. When the app calls your function, the first number replaces the length, the second number replaces the height. The height. You use length to move horizontally and height to move when you move vertically. This pattern you will need to follow: move forward by length, turn right, move forward by height. Okay, we're just gonna trust what they're saying there. Repeat this sequence once more. Okay, cool. Like a ninth. Again, I promise I'm only partially illiterate. Alright, cool, I guess. Okay. In this lesson, we take a first look at variables. In games, you need to keep track of how many variables change over time, player score. Every character's enemies are held. Okay, and last checkpoint. We're getting to the sauce now, boys. That being said, I am going to grab something to drink. So, what is that? Wait. Did that work? No, it looked like it worked. Okay, cool. I am back. If I could just remember. I think this is it. Let me check. Yes. I'm going to get this down packed so quick. It's going to be crazy. All right, let's rock. and so much more. You'll need to store, retrieve, and update those values. We call those variables. Labels to keep track of values. The line defines a new variable named health. Assigns, and it starts a value of 100 equals signs. More on that below. Parameters. Well, yeah, I know that. To rotate your character. Yeah, rotate. Oh, wait, so we went to characters right, using rotation function. You can difficult exact current angle to cancel it out. Ah, okay. That's really cool. Yeah, that's really cool actually. Notice how we use the equal signs to change the value from, well, yeah. What is a variable? A decimal number of function that varies over time. A label, okay, yeah, you're just being. Subvariables with the dot. Huh? For example, in video games, you will see many member variables that have sub-values. For example, the position we mentioned has 2 coordinates. We mentioned it has 2 coordinates, x and y. It is the same for the scale. It has x and y subvariables. They respond. I can read, I promise. They respectively control the horizon. I guess I'm tired. The horizontal and vertical size of the game entity. To access those x and y subvariables, you add a dot after the variable. The code below on the y-axis. Notice how we use the equal sign to assign the numbers to the right of the subvariables. Unlike in maths, in computer programming, the equal sign does not mean equal to. It means assign. Yeah, I know that. Accessing subvariables. Let me read that again. You see, many variables have subvariables. Then what's up with this? For example, the position we mentioned has 2 coordinates, x and y. It is the same for the scale. It has x and y subvariables. They respectively control the horizontal and vertical size of the game entity. To access those x and y subcomponents, you add a dot after the variable. That doesn't really tell me what a subvariable is, or at least I'm just not getting it. Sure, maybe they'll explain it. Notice how means equal to instead means assign. We're expressing to the right variable on the left. We assign values so often in the code that we prefer to reserve the equal signs for that. In games, actually, are going down. Note that the games, assuming your character's position 0, the code moves the above entity mass. Okay. Opposite in video games. Weird. I mean, yeah. Yeah, why? Have to be perpendicular. On the computer, happens to correspond with the top left of your screen. Top left. Leads to another question. Why is position 0? TV display history. They were calculated display pixels starting from the top left. Huh. That is interesting stuff. Move on. Practice. The following code makes a character 1.5 as larger. How do you access silver? You run an arrow. Like the position has 2 subvariables, x and y. I'm sure it'll probably come out with like a drop down of what the sub variables are. Because if position's subvariables are x and... Okay, so I think I'm starting to get it. Because position is basically the x and y of it. The subvariable is to, like, go into it specifically, right? Because, like, if I just put, like, position... if I just do, like, the position, right? And there was no, like, period or x or y, it would have to be both of them in one. But that could possibly restrict me. I don't know. That's very weird. In the future lesson, we'll explain how those variables have subvariables. Why and how those variables have subvariables. For now, use dot to access them. Draw a rectangle at the precise position. Use the position. Okay. Well, let's do this. Draw a rectangle of 200 by 120 pixels at the x position of 120. Y, is there a space there? In the y position of 100. And it has to be... Oh, this is certainly interesting. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. We got it. We got it, boys. Draw 3 squares of the size by 100 by 100 that are 100 pixels apart from the horizontal axis. In other words, there should be a 100 pixel gap between 2 squares. You should draw the squares at the starting position. So by 100. This means the value of a variable. Huh. I hope that's right. Draw 3 squares. That are 100 pixels apart. There should be 100. First shape is at 100 by 100. Use the provide draw function to draw each square. Okay. Okay. Rectangle. Need function to draw each square. Maybe we do this. Position isn't declared in the current class. Okay. So then we do this the hard way. X X equals. Yeah, that's not... Yeah, okay, so... Okay, position point X is equal to 100. Position y, oh, x, y is equal to, just want to check that. Just wanted to check that. It seems like that it didn't have a problem with it. Draw rectangle. Okay. Let's see. Remember, you use equal sign to change the value of variables like the turtle's position. You should draw the squares sitting in position. Too few arguments. Whole class of errors has to do with calling functions with either. You draw 3. Well, oh, it didn't. They're not separated by 100 pixels. What? Let's cheat. Okay. Can I click here? It would be wonderful if I could just kind of click wherever I needed to. Sure, let's just do that. We'll brute force it. Separated by 100 pixels on the x-axis. What are you talking about? I must be dumb. In other words, there should be 100 pixel. Draw 3 squares. That's 100 by 100 that are 100 pixels apart from the horizontal axis. In other words, there should be a 100 pixel gap between the 2 squares. You should draw the squares starting at the position. This means you should. Which means you should put the position 100, 100. Remember to use the equal sign to change the value of a variable like the turtle's position. Write your code inside the run. I don't get it. I don't get it. Each square, I'm going to separate them 200 pixels in total. Okay. So brute forcing it is the way. It's just I didn't have enough. Again, I would love to be able to click wherever I need to. Now let's try it. Sure. I don't know if that's how I would have done it, but... Right. Okay. Defining your own variables. In previous lessons, you predefined member variable named position. In your projects, you'll need to define your own variables. Imagine that you need to track a player's health in your game. They may start with 5 health points, and when taking a hit, the health should go down to 4. After a hit, it should be 3, and so on. To keep track of that, you can create a variable named health, to which you add and subtract points. The example introduced print function, which outputs its argument to the output box on the left. Huh. All right. Defining a variable. You must first define it so the computer registers its name. To do so, desired name. Comes out for variable. Variables are case sensitive, which means health and health are technically different variables. Be careful to use name capitalization whenever you use the name. The following is health variable. Yep. The functions. Remember, name must be unique inside a given code file. Creating 2 variables next to each other with the same name will cause an error. To use this variable, you want to assign its starting value. You could do something like the equal sign. After defining the variable, you can access the variable by running the variable's name. Okay, cool. The code will display the 100 above. Notice we didn't use var keyword anymore, as we only need to define a variable. Also, once you define a variable, it can change its value anytime with equal sign. Right. Print function is generally used the first function you learned in basic academic. Yeah. Hello world, yeah. Variables are like labels in GDScript. Variables work a bit like labels. Yep, super. Has a database of part labels. The computer keeps a list of variables in your code. It has important sequence in GDScript. You can stick by that label to any other value. Huh. All right. Yeah, okay. At line 2, line 3. But it's not good. Later on, so you'll avoid this variable type. Define a variable named health. That's right? It doesn't need. Okay, it doesn't need the parentheses. Health equals 100. Wait. Huh? You're missing one or more tabs. You inserted too many. What? Do I need to put in run? Oh, fun, not funk. Okay. What? I okay. Wrote something that is syntactically invalid. What? You're missing something to complete this line or previous lines of code. I am absolutely bugging, apparently. But that's how they did it! The health variable does not exist. Did you define it? I'm pretty certain I did. I kind of thought that was the whole point of this. What am I missing? Var health I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm doing literally the same exact thing as it's doing here. Like, that's literally what they're asking me to do. What? No. What? Oh, okay, cool. So I can... Outside, you can define... Okay. Watch this be it. Instead of it's a non-existent type value. Should there be no space? I'm sorry, what? Okay, so define a variable with starting value. Once again, overthinking things. I mean, okay. Yeah, sure. We'll have health by defining health variable. The higher the character's health, the further away the player is from losing the game. Health that changes adds tension to the game, especially if the player is fighting with low health. It's a resource the player should manage carefully. Yeah. You just keep going to the negatives. That's funny. We pass the amount of damage robot should take as a parameter. Line subtracts 2 health from mouth. Notice the shorthand we often use. You can also use a longer form. Both these lines have the same effect. Can go below 0. Using conditions, the robot increases. Oh my god, he's invincible. Also wants more than short line of health. Plus equals. Yeah. It would increase. Alright, let's hope I'm not stupid and I don't take damage. Minus equals amount. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm warmed up now. Time to heal the robot. Funk. I'll just call it healing, I guess, or whatever it's called, yeah. No, what? Jesus. Run that. What? Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to get used to that. What? Too many arguments for heal? Huh? Too many arguments for heal call? Expect 0 at most? Am I... Yes. Ah... Huh. It's gonna be this. Watch. I guess maybe I'm just a bit rusty or something. The game loop. We've seen Godot functions do certain actions. Show, hide. We also can create our own functions to make custom effects like adding or removing health to a character. Take the process function. Process function gets its name because it does calculation and continuous actions. It's like a juice factory that processes juice bottles. The bottles are always moving along the conveyor belt while the different machines... There's moving conveyor belt while different machines operate on them. It's in Godot. Similar to Godot, but this function can be 100 times a second. 1. Until we add something. You might notice the underscore from the function name. This is a convenient programmer use coordinate work. It only makes sense once you experience coding Godot. For now, all you need to know is that the function exists in your code and it's actually processed. Okay. When you click the button set process true, you activate processing on the robot. From there, every frame Godot runs a process function. Since you wrote rotate instruction, Godot is rotation many times a second. It often does the processing. The faster your computer, the more times it'll process. Godot will try to run the process as quickly as it can. This makes it animation look smooth and fluid. Rotate. Okay. I'm bugging. What was it? Rotate. Run it, man. Very neat indeed. Make the robot move in a large circle slowly by rotating it simultaneously. Moving it its X direction. Rotate. Okay. Rotate. We're reaching maximum velocity. I can't believe I'm thinking. It's not even funny. Like it's just a stupid underscore local X. Local X. That is a pretty big circle. Well, okay, so now I'm going to be thinking about that. It's not even that funny. Oh, he came out with a new one.
Bananas. Rotate. Banana. Rotate the first banana. Go. Can you feel it? But on ears wird expert. We have lost my cerebral philosophy.
You okay?
Who are you to accuse me?
I think about that. Also, real quick, I should probably for whatever reason, why did I add that there? That's not where that goes. For whatever reason, Google had decided to delete my other account. My account where I would upload the VODs. It's just like, yeah, you know, review this. And because I get so many emails anyway. And I was checking pretty regularly. But by the time I saw the other email that said, hey, yeah, you're good. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, if you don't activate this in a while, they'll be deleted. And so I'm like, oh crap. And I tried to log it into that account and it's deleted. So not a single video posted. I think that account existed for maybe a combination of 5 days, if even that. And it's instantly nuked from orbit by Google for no real reason. So right now, the VODs will be hosted here. You'll just have to go into the live section to see the VODs for it. That's pretty awful, pretty terrible, because it doesn't show up. It doesn't show up, like, if you were to go to the channel, it won't show up there. At least not immediately, I don't think. I could check that. Like, yeah, you see it now because I'm streaming. But like videos, yeah, you don't see that pop up here. For you don't see that pop up here. Like it. So if the VODs happen, you have to go over to live and look at it. I also watched some of these. These are funny because I streamed them on my PlayStation. But yeah, so for now, you're just gonna have to watch the VODs here until I can get another account. I'll probably try and make another one. Hopefully, it doesn't get nuked from orbit. I have no idea as to why Google did that. I just remember trying to log in and be like, okay, cool, let me move this VOD over here. Because I accidentally uploaded the VOD again as like a full video to this channel, which would be redundant. And it's like, ah, crap, I didn't mean to do that. Let me move it over here. And I go to switch over to my account, and it's not there. Because it's like, it doesn't exist. And I'm just like, why? Why is that the case? So that's because it got nuked from orbit like 3 days old for no real reason. It was just like, I don't even know what it said, but it basically said something along the lines of, this has logged into a device or something. It logged in, and we're like, we don't like that, so we're just gonna nuke it. And I'm like, oh, cool. Can I appeal this? Yes. I'm like, okay, I'm checking every day. I think I don't check one day or a few hours. And this is like, oh yeah, by the way, if you don't like refresh this, it'll just get deleted anyway. Which makes no sense. It's just like, why? If there's nothing wrong with it, and I'm like, all I gotta do is verify it, why would you just be like, oh, he didn't come back for it? We're just gonna delete it. That's just like, you know, if you put your car into a shop and, you know, they call you, ring, 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 it's 3 p.m. It's like, hey, yeah, your car's finished at our shop, and we close at 5. Will you be able to get here, you know, before then? I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I'll get, or like, it's at 3 o'clock. He's like, will you be able to get here in an hour? It's like, well, no, I get off at work at 5 and you guys don't close till 7. You know, I'll just come after work. If you don't get here in an hour, we're going to scrap your fucking car. So it's just like, that makes no sense. It's like, can't you just wait till I get there? There should be no time limit on this. But who am I to speak? I'm not a mega hyper giga corporation that processes and buys everyone's data and information. So, you know, what the fuck do I know? Anyway, time delta. I wrote that as delay for a second. I don't know why. Wrote that. I'm on a roll today, man. We've seen how you can use your character as a process function and make it move continuously. But it's not our character has a process function. Almost everything in the game has a process function. Dozens of times per second. After that, it displays the image of the game on the screen. We call that a frame. Yeah! Godot then moves on to calculating the next frame. As this happened, dozens of times the illusion of movement. This similar to how traditional animation works. Computer, game's engine, has delta. Delta represents a time difference. It is the time it took Godot to complete the previous frame in seconds. This is because different computers have different processing power, so a fast computer will have more frames per second than a slow computer. If we ignore delta, movement speed will vary depending on computer. Delta helps make the game consistent. All of them. Cool. So then why give me the... just like... I don't know. I kind of hate that. I don't know. It's just like, oh, it's multiple choice. Or not even really multiple choice. It's like, I check all that apply. And when that means... when you ask me a question that says, check all that apply, but then all of the selections is true, that's not a check all that applies question. That's a true or false question. Just with extra steps needlessly. I don't know. It's just a little pet peeve of mine. The delta you get in process is different, generally tiny decimal. You apply delta to multiple various speeds to it. When multiplying by delta, you take time dependent rather than it's frame dependent. Make sure game consistent and fair. But it looks exactly the same as this one. I don't get it. Essentially, the top of the lesson, robot moves about every 5 seconds. In the example of, now we multiply the argument by a very small delta value, much smaller than 1. It makes the robot turn a consistent speed over time. Makes the result smaller. Compensate for that. Make the robot turn fast enough. We use a large number of 3 instead of. Those numbers have 2 different units. Sure. Yeah, okay. All right. When you multiply an angular speed by a time delta, it gives you an angle. Don't worry if it's a little confusing for now. It'll click as you deal with speed, acceleration, and motion in your game projects. I'm just going to have to take you at your word there. Okay, cool. Why the time between frame matters. It takes time to display new variables. Process through delta parameter. Though, as a result, it moves at a fixed speed. The bottom robot moves at a constant speed of distance every time without taking delta into account. Top of your robot, your computer, different for everyone. Multiplying time-sensitive variables by delta makes them time-dependent rather than frame-dependent. Thanks to that, we get reliable movement over time. Makes them time-dependent rather than frame-dependent. Frames times vary from computer to computer and from frame to frame during gameplay. Because frames times vary, if delta is not used, movement speed will differ for each player, making the game inconsistent and messy. Frame times vary from computer to computer and from frame to frame during gameplay. Because frame times vary, if delta is not used, movements... Okay. I kind of get it, but I'm sure it'll settle in with some time. What does this mean? Rotation speed times delta. We're adding rotation speed to delta. We're multiple rotation speed. Yeah. Okay. At the moment, rotation speed robot is frame dependent. Add delta to make the rotation speed time dependent. The robot speed should re-rotate. Just times delta? Dicta. I don't know what that is. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go with that. In this practice, make the robot move in a smooth circle using delta. The robot should rotate 2 radians per second and 100%. 100%. Okay. Rotate 2 times delta. And then we're going to values in parentheses when combining functions. If you define extra values, you'll not be able to check your practice. Okay. Okay, move local X 100 times delta. Delta. Sounds like some kind of death witch or something. That's not right. Okay, I guess it is right. Never mind, I'm a genius. Using variables to make coding easier to read. In this lesson, we'll make our code easier to follow and understand at a glance. Look at this example. How fast a character rotates. We can guess what number represents by looking at the function, but it's harder to recall what the number does by quickly looking at the code. We've seen how different functions have their own names. Using these names, communicate to developers what functions they do. Rotate routines. You learned labeling this value makes the code easier to read now in the future. Labeling a value of the code now in the future. In the above example, which line defines the angular speed? I need to learn how to read the questions before answering them. And especially since it says this variable defines the speed. No promise, guys. I'm not a fraud. I'm just stupid and impulsive. Defines variables because any function can use variables we define outside of them. We call these variables script-wide. English speed script-wide variable, both process. We could also define variables inside functions. We align the variables the same. Make sure to create variables before using it. Yep, that's parent-child shit, yep. Only exists inside process because we define it in there. Set angular speed function cannot use it. Yeah. Where can we define? Yeah, okay, cool. Variable is also great for grouping values to control. I can already kind of start to see how this code will look once I get actually started on the project. Grouping them in this way allows us to easily change them. Yeah. Okay, let's give the for here a label so we know what it does. Create a variable called angular speed outside of the process. Var angular speed equals 4. Use a process function. Script-wise. Oh, okay. How do you have so much? God, I can't keep focused. I can't. I can't keep focused. That's how you know my time is nearly up here, ladies and gentlemen. I know that it's from. What is this rabbit hole? Wait a minute. What in the... I know it's from Caleb City. I got sucked into that Roblox hole.
Could I just get the water? Oh, wait.
Couldn't even handle it. He
Wait! Your chance is over! Oh, wait. No!
Where is it?
What's happening to me?
Hi! What? What did you think happened?
Yeah, right. Listen, cut out the tough act and hand over your money.
No, seriously. It's like #2 trending on Twitter right now. That's me. Dogging 100 people. You see?
He's beating us! How is he beating us? It's just one of him and 100 of us! He's beating us!
Do y'all need to see the rest? Because there's like 20 different angles.
20 different angles is funny. Maybe it's this one?
That dude is here.
What dude?
The one that killed the guy with the 2 pancakes.
You stupid, I presume? You must be stupid if you came here and I'm here. Cause I'll dog you. Back up. Cause I'll dog you. And you must be... Back up. No! Oh my God. Why are you so strong? Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Why are you so strong? Please, I'm... Oh, my rib. Oh, my rib.
You have 30 seconds.
Oh.
Tell me who's running all this.
Man, I was already gonna tell you off rip. That, you think that's gonna help? Come on. Come on. Come on. My organs.
What? I let you tie me up so I could get information.
You funny.
Did you really think I didn't have a way out of this?
You funny.
Look around this room.
Oh.
I don't know what it is. I don't know where it's at.
No.
I think about his videos all the time. I'm getting distracted. Okay. We're back on track. Something wrong with this code here. Can you see what it is? Run the code and read the error. Isn't declared in the current scope. I don't know where it comes from. I'm gonna have to look that up later. But clearly my attention span is starting to wane. I wonder where we're at. Where are we? We've had to... we put a decent dent in that. Yeah, we put a pretty decent dent in that, I'd say. What, 27? So 26 would be... I'm not going to embarrass myself on the internet by doing math. We're close to halfway there. Not quite, but at least I think. $13. Yeah, we just now hit the halfway point, so... Strings, looping over, specific type of hints. Yeah, no. From 0. Yeah, no, I that's pretty good. Do I want to call it here? How long have I been streaming? I can look up how long I've been streaming. Does it not show me? It does not show anywhere. I feel like it's been a little while. You know, this is the hard part. Maybe, I don't know. I kind of want to document the whole thing. Multiplying. Let's just look at this at least. Conditions. In previous 11 lessons, we've decreased and increased characters' output. There's no limit to how much the health they could have. He's invincible. Character. What happens when we damage our character? Suppose our health. 5 times. New conditions. Selectively. Character jumps when the computer checks a condition to evaluate a condition. All conditions evaluate. True or false. If the defining condition we use if. Okay, yeah, so it's if then else statements. Yeah. And at the end of the line of a colon, notice how compare sign we read the symbol as greater than. Patterns. The computer knows which instructions. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, if health becomes greater, then it just automatically sets to 100. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, this is, yeah. This is easy stuff. Greater than, less than, equal to, or not equal to. That's the same as I remembered it. If health is 100... Path prevents an error. The pass keyword prevents errors in our code when the line cannot be empty. For example, we must have the line of code function if block. When you don't want to write it yet, you use pass. Keyword has a placeholder. Godot won't give any errors. Equal to. That's not right. That's true. That's not right. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. That's simple shit. Okay, so seeing as this is kind of simple shit, we can do these real quick and then I'll probably end it there. The series of if statements is all wrong. Change the comparisons. Keep the value statements there as they are. Only change comparison. Remember, if health is less than 5, health is. If health is greater than 5. If 1 is greater than health. If 1 is greater than health, which the health is... Well, no, the health is 100. That seems right. So then that we're just going to do... If 1 is less than health, 1 is less than health. Health. Less than health. If health is equal to health, health is not equal to health. I'm silly. Hell yeah. Okay, we have health function that adds the amount of characters health. Add to the function that is never greater than 80. Oh, why did I'm just now looking at my stream and my camera just went to crap. My whole stream just went to crap. Okay, whatever. Is never greater than 80. Health plus equals amount. If health is greater than 80, health equals 80. At line 1. Sure. When a robot takes damage, its health can be negative. We might want to display a health number on the screen, just like Japanese RPGs. We don't want negative numbers. We want to stop at 0 instead. Calling a function reduce health. Set it to 0 again. Okay. Health minus equals amount if health is less than 0. I can't believe I have to do that here. I'm gonna health is equal to 0. Parent. You are dead. I don't need to do that part, but I want to do that. Why not? It even took it too. Okay, multiplying. Woo! That's math, man. That's math. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. I might start working in more streams. Maybe not. You know what? What is my camera full? Look. Did I do? I totally forgot. Let's look together. That way you know what my buttons are. Camera. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, it's the bar on the side. What? Oh, you... Is it? There we go. Oh, it doesn't have the green screen set up. I wonder what that looks like if I did. What is it? Properties? No, it's filters. It's filters. We're going to watch me filters, add here, chroma key. Close. So what does it look like now that I have this? Am I just sitting in a black void? I'm going to have to wait for my stream on my phone. So maybe I'll keep it, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll put an image in the back or something. Oh, it just makes it a shadow monster, man. I can tinker with that later. We'll just delete that. Okay. But yeah, expect a stream Wednesday. Again, where I'm going to try and do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And just, a few hours here and there till we can get through these courses. We're past the halfway mark on them now, so that's pretty cool. After we do these courses, I guess we just continue watching those videos from the playlist. And then after that, I don't know. I guess we just jump into the deep end and we get to work and we see how that goes. But I guess we're learning coding together now. Well, you guys are learning. I kind of already know. But I guess I'm learning another language based off whatever. Point being is in the meantime, I don't know. I kind of like streaming. I feel like it's fun. Maybe I'll throw some free streams in between. I don't know what I'm going to play. But, just to kind of talk. It's something to do, I guess. It's fun. It's fun doing this. I will get some kind of fancy space picture for this background or something. And we'll see how that goes. Other than that, that's pretty much about it. I'm gonna end it here. And you will not see it. Unless you guys... I'll do that off stream. Anyways. That's it. Peace. Stream will no